Hi everyone, it's Jen on the go. Welcome back to this channel, or if you are new here, welcome to this channel. The Instacart batch payments are hitting bottom and paying just about nothing throughout the United States and Canada. In the meantime, Fiji is on Instagram, where she brought her Instacart leadership team together for strategic planning. Brand image, of course, is incredibly important, but not when companies lack the social responsibility to their employees and independent contractors. This is today's video topic, along with a little more, so stay with me. Okay, let's go. The Instacart batches for most Instacart shoppers throughout the US and Canada have fiscally diminished to the point where if shoppers actually accept these batches, they wouldn't even be making minimum wage. Instacart is taking advantage of their shoppers for their advantage and benefit. You gotta call a spade a spade. It's exploitative and unacceptable. There are very few Instacart shoppers who have not experienced this significant drop in batch payment amounts, unless you are a shopper located in areas such as Seattle, some parts of California, and other major cities. But again, for most Instacart shoppers, these batch payments are a complete joke. I have honestly not been able to Instacart shop for the past few weeks, and it's not because I haven't wanted to, it's because Instacart has made it impossible for me to, in good faith, accept one of these batches. I'm going to give you a sampling right now of what the batches in my area have been looking like. Let's start with this one. $12.01. This is a triple batch. Instacart is paying one payout of $7. The tip is $5.01. This is divided in between 3 customers, 27 items, 45 units, driving 5.7 miles. I mean, is this a joke? Oh, here's one, $7.69 payout, 69-cent customer tip. No words. Oh, how about this one? $12.84. This does include a $5 customer tip. Look at this though, 67 items, 84 units. By the time a shopper were to complete this batch, it would definitely take over an hour in the grocery store, not to mention the drive time. This is absolutely insulting, and again, puts a shopper earning below minimum wage. Absolutely not. And there is definitely no shortage in these type of batches, which are the 0 tip batches. No thanks. So, we just skip over these every single time. Oh, and just for fun, let's take a look at the miles on this batch. So a batch payment of $7.21, one would assume that the miles would be low, or at least under 7 miles, right? Because you don't want to drive for more than $1 per mile. But nope, not in this case, because the mileage is 8.2 miles away. I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculous. Every single one of these batches is worse than the next. How about this batch? I'm going to put it right here. This came across my batch screen yesterday. $12.28 for the total payout. 59 items, 139 units, 0 customer tip. Oh, heavy pay is included though, and there's a little over 4 miles to the drop-off. Does a customer really expect their shopper to shop for 59 grocery items for 0 pay, for 0 tip on their end? What is wrong with customers? Last week, an Instacart shopper located in Canada reached out to me via email. I'm going to share with you her email to me. Hi, my name is Leanne. I am an avid follower of your YouTube channel and fellow Instacart shopper here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. In the last couple of months, about mid-July, with the new Instacart changes, I haven't shopped as much. The batch pay has gotten so bad here. It is awful. I have been able to find other part-time work, but it has still been a struggle, as Instacart was a great source of side income. I wanted to share an article I wrote for a recent blog that I started on LinkedIn, as I am a career and vocational rehabilitation specialist, and I do have a fair number of people that work in different fields that I follow and who follow me. There's another Facebook group in Canada that posted the exploitation of shoppers using people to send an email to main news media channel to hopefully have them do a cover story. Here's a copy of that Facebook post. It states, Instacart payment has been going low and low for some time now. Currently, they are hitting bottom by paying almost nothing on batches and basically having people pay for them through their tips. Now, most of the batches are worthless, even with modest tips, because Instacart is not paying anything anymore than base pay batch, which is $7. The shoppers must speak up against this exploitation. I have sent an email to Instacart and also the CBC. I suggest that everyone do the same. If CBC gets enough emails, it will take up the story. The corporations nowadays only care about their public image. That is the only way Instacart will care about what they pay shoppers. Please email CBC at gopublic@cbc.ca. Here are some of the samples that Lianne sent me of the batch payments in Canada. I'm going to put all of those right here. One of them, $23, $3 tip, 506 units. Another one, $60, 100 units, 100 cases of water, heavy water, oh my goodness. Here's another one, $15, no tip, 97 items, 127 units. And then here's another one, $8, no tip, 42 items. These are rough. It's interesting to see the comparison between the batch payment amounts in parts of Canada versus the payment amounts in parts of the United States. I do have to say, those batches look a lot worse than the batches, at least in my area. I'm going to link the full article that Lianne wrote in the description box below so that you can read it in its entirety. She goes into detail, and her article is titled, Is Instacart Exploiting Its Shoppers? It's very interesting. Please go read it. I will link it in the description box below. Lianne's ultimate goal in writing this blog post is to elicit change and to get the major news media to cover what is happening to Instacart shoppers in Canada and the US so that Instacart will make a change. And speaking of making a change, Instacart shoppers in Canada and the United States want one thing from Instacart, and it is simply to be heard. We thought we were on the right track when Fiji Simo, the CEO, emailed asking shoppers for their input, for their feedback on how Instacart can be better. Nothing has happened since, except for the pay keeps dropping and dropping, the deactivations keep occurring, customers keep reporting fraudulent items and in turn get their groceries for free. And who suffers? The Instacart shopper, with absolutely no recourse, no help. Where is Fiji Simo? We do see her on social media platforms. We see her alive and well on Instagram. She is very visible in protecting her brand on Instacart. But what she is failing to see is that her brand are the frontline workers that she is completely neglecting. If you go to Fiji Simo's Instagram, you will see the frustration of other Instacart shoppers who are trying to reach someone at Instacart. So instead, they leave Fiji these long messages. They do get deleted pretty quickly, but there are still some up there today. Again, you can go to Fiji Simo's Instagram and you can read them for yourself. You can even try to private message her like I have. I did not receive any type of response. And if I ever do, I promise you guys will be the first to know. But this is all done out of the desperation of the frontline workers, the independent contractors, the Instacart shoppers who are doing their very best every day for Instacart, reaching out with absolutely zero response. So now here you have shoppers from all over, from the United States, from Canada, reaching out to their local news media, to other social media platforms just to be heard, just so Instacart will actually pay attention to what shoppers have to say. There is one more article I want you to read. It was published on September 14th, 2021 on Mother Jones. The title is, My Boss at Instacart Was an Algorithm That Forced Us to Start Working at 5:30 a.m. The header on this article is Bad Bosses. In this article, which again I'm going to link in the description box below, this highlights yet another Instacart shopper who is frustrated and wants to be heard. This article stated, whether an order is worth taking depends on how long I've been sitting and how desperate I am at 5:30 a.m. I'd like to have $35 or more per batch. The lowest I go generally is $20. If I'm really desperate, sometimes I'll just do a smaller, lower paying trip to fill the time in. About 75% of my pay comes from tips. Since we can't rely on Instacart to compensate us fairly, we're putting a lot of faith in the customers. This shopper then went on to state, when I started, I kept very detailed records of every trip. I'm making a third of what I made last year, despite working the same hours. Around this time last year, I was making $25 to $30 per hour on a weekly basis before expenses, and $35 to $40 an hour on weekends. These past 2 months, I've averaged $12 an hour. After expenses, I've been making $7.50 to $8 an hour. I realized that could be partly because the pandemic was ebbing, but you also notice that the Instacart pay structure has changed. Instacart Dude, who is now Gig Tetris Dude, put a video up last week titled Best Days of Instacart Behind Us. I think he got it right. I am also linking his video in the description box below. Gary is truly the OG Instacart shopper. He is definitely seasoned and he knows what is up. So you definitely want to watch his channel, watch this specific video regarding, is Instacart a thing of the past? Please let all of us know in the comments section below what is happening in your area regarding what these batch payouts look like. Are your batch payments dwindling just like they so obviously are in so many other areas throughout the United States and Canada? We all want to know. And also, if they are or if they are not, please let us know what area you are in, because this actually helps shoppers get a gauge and a comparison in what it's like to work in other areas. Thank you all so much for your support on this channel. I truly cannot do this without you, without your emails, without your help, without your advocacy as well. I love you all, and I hope you know how much I respect you all as well. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I will see you in the next video.